what's going on, Sam? How are you feeling 1 week away from the big day?
Terrified. I have only a third of an idea of what I'm going to say. A week out.
You have material. You know what you're going to say.
I know things I could say.
You just abandon your material and just go on like a rant. Like what was that movie? The one like from the 70s. My brain sucks. I'm going to have dementia. Like I am going to have dementia. What is it? Newsroom? The really famous movie from like the 70s where like they're talking, you have no idea what I'm talking about. All right, whatever. No. Off to a great start.
I am terrible with like pop culture outside.
This is not pop culture. This is like, I mean, it kind of is, but it's like it's not a very big, I mean, at the time it was, but it's like one of those movies. It's like, it's like a banned books kind of thing, but for movies. Like it's not banned, but like the people right now in government really would rather you not watch that movie.
What's it about?
It's just about like the main like media just being bought out and turned into like a mouthpiece for the wealthy rather than like something reporting news for people that is going to be useful, and there's like a big iconic famous like kind of rant at the end of the movie where like the main character, who I can't remember who that was because I never actually watched the movie. I just saw the clip of that scene. It's like kind of like an iconic scene where they kind of like go on a rant and just kind of it's like it's a similar thing to the Eisenhower like military industrial complex kind of situation, but for like the media, like warning us.
They were ahead of their time.
Yeah, they actually were. I mean, they were. That movie was. But yeah, I think it was called Newsroom. I can't remember. I'm like so bad. I'm worn out this week. Like I had a rough couple days.
What's been going on?
2 days ago, I had the worst migraine I have ever had in my life. I don't know how I got through the day. It was probably about, it was there all day. It started to hit as soon as I got to work, and it was still pretty mild though in the morning. And then somewhere around 2:00, it just went full blast, and I stumbled through the rest of the day. And then we recorded an episode of Parking Lot Salad that night, and I just sat there in the chair. I said like 3 things maybe in the whole episode. I just couldn't. My head was just in so much pain. I was trying to get it posted that night. I was sitting at my computer here, and I literally I just got done kind of cleaning up the audio, and I was like exporting it and getting ready to start doing like the episode description. And I just was like, I'm gonna puke. I gotta go lay down. And I went and laid down. That was probably about 9:30, and then I woke up at 2:00.
Were you able to go back to bed?
I scrolled through TikTok for a little bit, and then I signed up for Redbook. And I was probably awake for about like 2 hours. I think I went back to sleep maybe a little bit more. I think I went back to sleep around 5, so I was maybe up for 3 hours or something like that. And then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up at 7. Head was still kind of hurting. That was the day we were supposed to go to Sheboygan, and I'm like, am I gonna have to fucking cancel this? And then somewhere around 10:00, it kind of went away. I mean, I took like some Motrin and stuff like that, and around 10:00, it kind of went away, but I was still feeling like really groggy. But the fact that it went away, I was like, all right, we're gonna do the show. I'm gonna go. And then one thing I didn't mention, Thursday, I did not drink coffee or eat any sugar because my doctor said I need to not do that for a couple weeks. And so I don't think that was the cause of the migraine, but I think that definitely contributed to the migraine. But then on the way to Sheboygan, I was feeling fine, but I was still feeling the effects of it, like I could feel in my body that my body had gone through a trauma. So like on the way to Sheboygan, I got a coffee. I was like, I got to get through this night. So I had a coffee and I felt great after that. So we did the show. Shout out to the Hive North. That was where the show was. It was a great show. It was a lot of fun. It was packed. I mean, the room was packed. Like there were for a Thursday night in Sheboygan. Like it was like there were a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
And with it being cold out and people wanting stuff to do,
Yeah.
I'm sure that that was a welcome reprieve.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. And so yesterday and today, I went back to no caffeine. I've felt fine. I mean, I've been like achy, and I think that has to do with like not having caffeine. So I took another Motrin today, and I finally feel fine. But my back has been like all morning. My back was just like.
Why does your doctor want you to?
Well, it's like you know how like women have like feminine issues. Like, well, I'm gonna say masculine issues.
Whenever I go cold turkey without caffeine, I get like really bad migraines.
Yeah.
But it could also be a tumor.
It's not a tumor. I had to do it. Sorry.
I worry about my friends though. I'm like, can you get scheduled for an MRI to double check?
I think I'll be fine.
If you like start randomly losing weight, like dropping weight real fast.
Well, it'll be hard to tell right now because I'm like literally not eating anything because of my doctor at the moment.
That's wild.
I'm like eating yogurt and lettuce. That's like basically what I'm eating right now.
That's such a huge life change all at once.
Well, it's just going to be for a couple weeks. It's not.
And then are you running tests after that to see? Or is it just to see the effects in general?
It's not really a test issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to respect my HIPAA rights. I'm not going to go into it, but it's not as big as it maybe sounds like it is, but like I do have to like kind of eat well for the next couple, like 2-3 weeks. As well as I can. I mean, I'm going to slip up and I'm going to have some pizza. That's inevitable. And I will probably have a cup of coffee somewhere between now and the next time I see my doctor. So
I switched to mushroom coffee and I hate the taste of it. The people who say, "Oh, it tastes earthy." It tastes like dirt is what you mean to say. It does not. It's earthy is not a pleasant.
Wait, is it the mushroom stuff?
Yeah. And it has half the caffeine as coffee.
Yeah.
And all the good ones have a bunch of different kinds of mushrooms in it. And I like Rise the best because it has the best effect on my anxiety. Mm-hmm. Whereas the other mushroom coffees do taste better than it. But my anxiety is still just as bad as it is with coffee. So I stick with Rise and muscle through, but whenever I taste coffee after that, I'm like, what I'm missing.
I'll bleep Rise out since they don't pay us to do this. You gotta come up with the dough if you want your name mentioned on the Good Morning We're Dying podcast. I gotta fix my chair here. All right, there we go.
Yeah, and then I have been whitening my teeth, and I didn't realize this in the past because I just thought other whitening programs didn't work with the white strips, but I didn't realize that you're not supposed to be drinking coffee.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like the biggest tooth stainer.
On the package, it's like, don't drink or eat while you're using the strip. So I was like, okay, sweet. Later in the day, I'm just going to drink my coffee.
I had kind of like a similar thing, like the nose strip, the pores strips. But like, I didn't know I was supposed to not be dipping my nose in coffee. So that kind of ruined that for me.
So I've partaken in coffee twice, but I put so much milk in it that it's such a beigey
coffee with your milk.
Yeah, and so the night of the day of the recording is the first day that I can have coffee again.
Because that'll be the end of the treatment. It's funny how we like take care of ourselves right before like a big show. Like that's the only time. And then after that we're just like, yeah, cigarettes, coffee, candy. Back to my midnight Taco Bell.
Right? I'm going to start working out this week because I have more confidence when I work out. I need that for the stage.
um